might interest you the most is our MOBO2 technology, and that means mechanical, biological, and then thermical waste treatment. Our company provides an integrated network which collects and then separates all of the waste. It begins with our municipal waste trucks who collect waste, and then it is transported to our sorting plants, and that is then the technology for itself. We have bag openers, we have sorting cabins. It is not fully automated, but we are working on that. For now, we have machines who operate mechanically and separate waste mechanically, and also then the rest is separated manually by handwork. But the newest direction in which the whole technology is going is, of course, robots. And robot separation of waste is a big hit today, something that we are also trying to incorporate into our sorting plants, so that the whole process can run completely automatically. What is very important is the waste that comes to the sorting plant. In our country, we have a system where we separate waste in our households. That's bio-waste, that's plastic, that's paper, and that makes the whole process much easier. When it is all, in one, it requires a whole deal more of separating waste directly on the plant, and it's then less quality. But the final product of our sorting plants are baled materials of plastic, metal, textile, paper, cardboard, and then the one that we cannot recycle is an RDF fuel. Bales with the materials that can be used as RDF fuel. There are 8 types of waste that we can separate at our plants, and I would like to ask you whether you know which plastic materials can be recycled or not, whether you did that, or just for an information. Because there's a very distinct way, not all plastic materials can be recycled. So anyway, this is just a tip for every day. On each of the plastic bottles, you have like a small triangle with a number inside of it. If the number is 1, 2, or 5, that is recyclable plastic, and you can then put it into recyclable bins. If the numbers are different, then that's not very good for recycling, but it's a bit of an expensive process. Also, I would like to ask you one more question, whether you know which material can be recycled endless times away.
Glass?
Yes, glass, that's correct. Okay, so this is just a short summary of what we do here. Now, if you have any questions, we are very eager to answer them.
You use the robotic systems?
We are working on that, yes.
How about the AI technology?
AI technologies only, that is when the robotic systems need to differentiate from different waste. That is the only AI for now. Okay.
Maybe in the future.
Who knows?
And I want to say that you don't have to accept to us, but you accepted all of us, and you know it's a factory, and you accepted us, and you shared time. Allocated time for us. I want you to thank for behalf of all of us to thank you that you are very kind. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. That's no problem. We always welcome nice young people who want knowledge, and I think that one of the most important lessons is that knowledge is the only thing that is multiplied by sharing. So
Yeah.
I think that's something that we also
Thank you.
follow.
Great answer.
I see some questions there.
Besides recycling, does this have a way to make waste into energy or fuel?
for now, we do not have any equipment that produces direct from energy into fuel. However, we do have some products at the end of our processes that can be used as such. So, for example, in our composting process, the final product is compost, which is then food for plants, for food. Or on the other hand, we also have these RDF bales of RDF materials, which can be used then for fuels and producing energy in RDF plants. Yes?
So how does Tehnix make sure that as little waste as possible goes to the landfills?
That is through our sorting plants, and we make sure we collect all of the waste and then it is separated. It is then baled into these bales of materials, and then the rest of the process is to transport it directly to the plants which are responsible for recycling that type of material. Through the process, it is ensured that the minimal material is left that is then turned into RDF fuel.
So you guys mentioned that you had a project in Serbia, you had one in Macedonia. I have a question. Do you guys would you guys say you are more centered around Europe or like in the Balkans?
I would say that we are a global company because if you look at it, our branch of waste technology it's regional, but it's also we have in Sri Lanka, we have in some press containers also in Germany, and a bigger part of our production, so modular architecture, is actually all throughout the Northern Europe. So I would say that all of the Europe is a concentration for us, but also there have been some talks about projects even in Africa or Asia. So we've earned a right to call ourselves a global economic company.
What are the biggest challenges in this industry?
The biggest challenges, well, I believe that my colleagues from marketing would say the market. I would say personally how to appeal to all of the customers' needs while also having to say in some kind of financial framework, coming up with new ideas, staying within the time frame. There are many, many challenges.
So how do you make sure the waste is sorted correctly, like by the robots? And does it affect the work if it's sorted incorrectly?
Of course, it affects if it is sorted incorrectly, because the point of separated waste is that it can go to recycling centers for that waste. So if a bale of paper contains plastic, they won't take it. There are sorting plant managers who need to make sure then that the bale is proper. Also, at the end of the process, there are scales, and all of the bales can be measured to know how much they weigh, how much material is in them, to make sure that more or less all of the output project is the same. Yes?
What happens with the materials that cannot be recycled?
Can you repeat, please?
What happens with the materials that cannot be recycled?
They are then put into RDF bales, and that is so the RDF plants, which can be burned for RDF fuel. And I know that there are many stigmas around it, but I don't think that there should be. So it's a complete circular process.
Yeah, like I would say, like Tetra Pak, you cannot recycle it. You can only be shredded and to put in some, like we now say before was thermal plant, now we say like ecological. This is energy plant, thermal plant, but you can burn it for heat industry, like for towns heating, or some plants for heating in the winter, or for in cement industry when you have also can burn some hazardous waste because its temperature is up to 2000. Depends what state can organize it in own field, also in own area. Of course, it's very important company have a good organization in this service. This is very important when you sell some simple product is not that important, but when it's some line, some special product with some machines, you must have organized in this country service very fast, because you have a garbage, like said, or some materials each day. You cannot stop too long, and for that, your question, where we have market? We have market for simple products all the world, but for line, for vehicles also. But we, when we put on market, we must organize it with local or with from us very good service, and this maintenance is most important. Of course, not only to build some project. Next 30 years, everything works. That is most important from our side.
Yes. How does Tehnix monitor sustainability and also environmental impact? For example, saving resources, reducing waste, reducing emissions. Also, do you guys have a way to measure your success?
Do you mean like in our company or at our service plants?
No, just in the company.
Just in the company. So we try to use as much green energy as possible. I know that you can't see directly, but over there you can see we have solar panels installed all over the company, and from the
yes, we have solar panels.
We are using that to power most of our production. Also, we separate waste. We have to do that, and we measure our input-output parameters for each season. Then for heat, for electricity. Yeah. So that is something that is also prescribed, I believe.
Yeah, from production, each material what we have raised, like metal, is not complicated to recycle. This is recyclable material, but we have also another materials. Everything what we can, we separate and put to the recycling. Like some parts of plastic, some parts of window. We also produce windows. Depends of material. Also, all our wastewater are cleaned through our products. Also, we have biological treatment for like this communal wastewater, or separators through this rainwater. We also have everything put in, and also, like example, in hotel we use rainwater for cleaning of cars, or for using for watering of plants around.
Yes.
I also want to ask about what is the advantage of the Tehnix system compared to the regular traditional system of waste?
Well, I think that first and foremost it is an integrated network that covers everything. So from collecting waste to treating it then, and also main advantage is the individual access to the customer. So we try to adjust the needs to each customer for the capacity, for the location, for the building where something is constructed and put. I think that is our main advantage, so adaptability.
I was curious about the process of collecting waste. You said that you are collecting from municipalities with your trucks.
Yes.
And how often do you collect? And do you have cooperation with municipalities and NGOs?
Well, that is mostly under the local jurisdiction. I can tell you only about what are here, and that is, I think, plastic and paper is collected once per month, and then every other week it's a combination of bio-waste and mixed waste. And that is, I think, experience in most of our communities.
Large waste you can order for furniture or something. You can order some vehicle come to you, but on right dates. And you want.
And of course, local communities come with questions. Sometimes it is hard to navigate this field of work for someone who doesn't have experience. And we are always happy to answer some questions.